my name is Jenny Lynn, and this is my channel, and today is Pickin' Day!
The way I see it, art is in everything. My name is Jenny Lynn, and I am a quirky green-haired artist living in Western New York. And this is my variety show. So, come along with me and see what's inside the artful world of Jenny Lynn.
Alright, so before we get started, I want to let you guys know I have a subscribe star. If you want to help support what I do, you can go and become a member and get some awesome perks. And I also have a store if you're interested in buying prints. And I have some social media and other things, so if you would, please click on these clickable links and support my work. And with that said, let's get started with the show. So, let's just get right to it. I love the pickin' days. Okay, these papers want to stick together, so I gotta like maneuver around. Next season I need to get jars that have bigger mouths because it's hard for me to get my hand in there. We got Bigfoot! Woohoo! Bigfoot! Yes! Love Bigfoot! Such an interesting lore and history around the Bigfoot. I got some cool ideas for Bigfoot. And the color that's going to go with Mr. Bigfoot, or Mrs. Bigfoot, you never know, is going to be orange. Woo! We're gonna make an orange Bigfoot. Hey! It's actually a little bit extra funny because for those of you who know about hunting and hunting safety, it's important to wear a bright color when you're out, in the woods, so that way, other hunters can see that see that you are not like something to be shot. They see the orange and they know that, oh, that's a person. So it's actually pretty funny because Bigfoot hangs out in the woods and he's gonna be a nice safety orange. Oh, that's so fun. All right, guys, I'm gonna get started. So do what you do best and keep on watching. And here we go, we're designing the Bigfoot. And yes, again, I am drawing very, very lightly on the paper because it is easier to erase. But unfortunately, it's harder for you to see what I'm doing. So I think for season 3, I might get really bold and attempt to sketch in pen or something so you guys can see what I'm doing. We're a little bit closer to the face, and who does that look like to you guys? I'll give you guys a few minutes to think about it. Check this out. Isn't this really neat? So I want to do a really quick show and tell, and it's kind of a little bit of a shout out as well, because I commissioned an art piece from Michael Fulcher. I hope I'm saying your last name right. I think that I am, but if I'm not, just please correct me, because sometimes I don't pronounce things correctly. But he is a fantastically skilled artist that specializes in like comic art type things, like a lot of, you know, inking and awesome superheroes and villains and things of that sort. And so I think I met Michael on Instagram. I think so. I'm trying to remember. It's hard to remember, but I thought the work was fantastic, and I thought to myself, well, maybe someday I'll, you know, put aside a little bit of money and I'll get something, you know, because I like to purchase art. Not only do I make art, but I try to, you know, also, you know, put a bit of money and support back out into the art community. So that's just something that I like to do. And plus I love having art. And this art is a Tank Girl, and I absolutely love Tank Girl. She's one of my absolute favorite comic characters. And I just told him, I said, you know, I would love a Tank Girl, and if you can do that, I would definitely love it. And he said, yeah, sure, absolutely. And I didn't give him any limitations. I just said, I just want a Tank Girl. Do what you will with that. And he sat down and he made something. He's really, really fast. He's good at, he's very skilled. He's been very practiced. And I was like, wow, that was fast. I absolutely love it. And then he asked if I wanted it to be inked. And I said, no. Do you want to know why? Because I'm a little bit of an art geek since I'm an artist. So I sometimes just really love when something is a sketch. So this is just a pencil sketch. And there's just something very cool about it to me. And so sometimes I just, you know, prefer, you know, artwork that's just the sketch. I just want that. That's fine. Don't take it any further. It's perfect the way it is, you know? So I absolutely love it. I don't think there's anything about this that I don't like. I especially want to draw attention to the cup. She's got her tank, and she's got a little cup here, and that cup reminds me of Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So that made me laugh. That's one of the first things that kind of drew my attention. And then I absolutely love that she's got this very, very, very long gun. It's very exaggerated. And all of the little details in here are fantastic. And if you guys know about Tank Girl, there's so many different versions of her, but there's a lot going on. She wears stuff on her face sometimes, or she has piercings or weird hair and buttons and weapons and all of this, just lots going on with her fashion. And here she's got her Target shirt, which is kind of iconic, and then she's got a couple of buttons, she's got a grenade, she's got some awesome suspenders, she's got a choker necklace. There's just a lot. Her helmet, she's got her goggles. It's really cool. So I really love it so much. And I found this cool frame. I almost had to order a special one because it's a 9x12. And I wasn't going to give up, so I was going around to a few different stores. And then I finally found this, and it's kind of one of those cool frames where you can put the art in the middle and it kind of floats. So it's got, you know, a glass border, see-through border all the way around it. And I thought that might look really cool. And when I put the art in, I was very surprised. I was like, oh, it looks great. It looks like $1 million. I am thrilled. So, you know, Michael, his, I think his most often used name on social media is Flogan80. So F-L-O, G-A-N, Flogan, and then the number 80. And so if you guys would like, please go check out his work. He does, you know, awesome drawings and ink renderings, and he also has some really neat paintings. He's got a store. I think he's on, what is it, Art America? I forget. But so if you're interested, you know, definitely check him out. I know he's on Instagram, and you know, I know he has all of his links to all of his things, and so if you're into, you know, comic style art and things of that nature, definitely give him, you know, look him up, check out his work. And, you know, his work is affordable. It's very affordable work, which is kind of good for me because I'm not the most, you know, wealthy person on the planet. So he has a good range in price. So, you know, it's something that isn't going to, you know, put me in the poorhouse, but, you know, you're spending a bit and it's, you know, he's making money, so that's very good. There you go. Hope you guys liked it. Keep on watching.
Yeah, so when I was drawing, it ended up looking a lot like Gandalf. You remember him, Gandalf? So I did modify the face so that it looked less like a wizard and more like an ape. And yeah, here we go. We got a little bit of a kitty break. Aww.
For those for you who don't know what a cryptid is, it's a noun, and it's an animal that has been claimed to exist, but never proven to exist. So I don't know about you, but I am very excited about this one, guys. So class, today we're gonna learn a little bit more about the famous Bigfoot. So the Bigfoot is described as an ape-like creature that is said to live in the forests of North America. So that's a big part of our country, but I think most of the sightings are over in the Pacific Northwest. And so this creature is 6 to 9 feet tall and is covered in dark hair. Sometimes people say it's got red hair, kind of like me. And the large feet, they're like 24 inches long. That's longer than my biggest cat. Incredible. So most reports of the Bigfoot have been hoaxes and sometimes even mistakes. But I'll tell you a story, a true story about the FBI and Bigfoot. So the FBI actually has a file on the Bigfoot because there was this researcher who was looking around and trying to prove that Bigfoot existed. And he found a hair and skin sample that he thought belonged to, you know, the big old footy. And so the labs at the FBI decided to humor this researcher. And so they did all the testing and everything, and they wrote up a document, and they actually sent the guy the paperwork that says, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, but this is just a little bit of hair and a scrap of skin from a deer, unfortunately. So I'm sure that guy was a little bummed out because he was really hoping to find a Bigfoot. But so, yeah, there you go. If you think you've seen a Bigfoot, please let me know. I'd like to hear all about it. So, yeah, hope you guys learned something.
And yes, I am using heavy body acrylic paint, the golden paint, which I absolutely love. I'm using that for this whole entire series, and this guy took a lot of layers, a ton of layers, because I did a lot of hair, so it took a while, but I'm pretty thrilled with it. What do you think?
Longing. Oh, cruel world. Longing. For not an empty bowl, as if I would never eat again. The drip drip of water, as if I'd ever have thirst. Toys strewn about, never to be played with again. An empty bed, not to be slept in, like my empty soul. Kill? And why? Why am I speaking like a squirrely, saucy French woman? Why? Je ne sais pas quoi. Alas, a dream. Impossible.
I just want to remind you that I do have a few ways that you can support me and all of this stuff that I am constantly doing. And with your support, my show actually can keep growing and getting bigger. If you do want to support me, I have awesome things like I have a subscription service through Subscribestar. And I have a store where you can actually buy prints and stickers and little things like that. And I also have a donate button through PayPal. So if you're feeling super generous and you want to see me be able to continue to do all this crazy stuff, please consider supporting me. Oh. All right, guys, keep on watching. And now it is time for What in the Heck is Jenny Eating? Got my magic basket, tisket a tasket. Hope I don't pull some junk out of this basket. Oh God. I make myself laugh, and it's going, You know what I think this is? Just by touching it? Oh, could it be? I think that this might be the Japanese equivalent of that special candy most of us grew up with and loved. It looks like Pop Rocks. Yes. Oh, yes, I hope it is. It looks like Pop Rocks. I hope it's Pop Rocks. I hope it's Pop Rocks, because that would be awesome. Okay. I will prepare my palette for the candy explosions. If it's not Pop Rocks, I'm gonna be, you know, low-key disappointed. Let me have a look. Let's peek in there. Oh yeah, it looks like Pop Rocks to me. And it smells kind of like, Robitussin. It smells very medicinal. Maybe like, I don't know. It looks kind of cool. I'm gonna see if I can get some out so you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Like, it looks like the rock candy with like these little, I don't know what they are. They look like little pills. Oh yeah, are you ready? I'm so excited. I think this is Pop Rocks. Gonna do it. Oh man. Yay! I was right. It's got kind of a raspberry. It's weird talking with them in your mouth because it. Kind of a blueberry, raspberry sort of. I'm such a big kid. It's really good. Whoa, I would definitely give this a 5 out of 5 because it's stinking like our Pop Rocks, and that makes me so happy. Tastes good, smells like when you first get it. If you ever try this, it smells like medicine, but it actually tastes good. And I like that they have those little, I don't know, there's like more than just Pop Rocks in here. It's got other pieces of candy. Maybe that's where I'm getting my flavoring from, like the blue raspberry or blueberry or whatever it is. But I'm still popping. Yeah, I definitely give this a 5 out of 5. Really enjoyed this one very much. Pretty righteous. I dig it. I really wish I knew what it was saying on the package. Because there's little itty bitty tiny little characters on it. And they're really cute. Little poppin' rocks with little ooh faces. It's awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you keep on watching.
And here is a close-up of the face. As you can see, it does look a lot better. Less human and a little bit more ape, which is exactly what I was going for.
I'm gonna give you my opinion about something. So today I'm gonna give you my opinion, and it has to do with me, how I feel about myself as an artist. So we all have our own inner monologue or critic or feelings about ourselves. And so we all have our own inner critic, I guess, or inner monologue in regards to how we feel about ourselves. And I would have to say, in regards to my artwork, I consider myself to be a good artist. I'm pretty good. I've put a lot of time and effort into my work. And, you know, in my own mind, I will take a look at my work over the years, you know, and there's certain work that I categorize as, no, not so good. This didn't, you know, pan out. You know, it wasn't right. And then I have a stack of artwork, and I feel that that's good work. It's okay. It's good, you know. And then I have a stack in my brain over here where there's art that I've made that I'm exceptionally proud of. I'm very excited. I feel really good about myself. And so, you know, I have different categories, but I wouldn't consider myself, oh, I'm this, you know, wonderful, the best artist that ever lived. You know, that is definitely not how I feel about myself. I do know that, you know, as I journey along in my artwork, you know, if I keep working at it, I will continuously improve. And so I don't really push myself unreasonably, but I am gentle with myself in the sense that I don't want to beat myself up like, you can do better, this is terrible, and just always being negative. But, you know, I'm good, but I look forward to seeing where I go in the future with my work. Like, I hope that I continue to, you know, grow and get better and better and better. And then I have a stack of artwork that's really big that I am exceptionally proud of. And so that's just, you know, how I feel about myself, my opinion about myself. And so, yeah, I'm interested to know what your thoughts are about how you feel about yourself, about what you do, like your own opinion. I would definitely like to hear it. So there you go, guys. Please keep on watching.
And here you can see a lot of orange. I think I had nightmares about the color orange for a few days while I was painting this one. And then here I'm working on the little tiny tree, which is one of my very favorite little parts about this painting. It's just, oh man, it was fun. It was fun to do. And of course, cheeky little chipmunks. They're adorable too.
And here is the finished product. We have a very orange Bigfoot. And again, so I did struggle with this one a bit in a few different areas. I struggled with the hair. I think the hair was the biggest struggle for me because I wanted it to look like a mixture between an orangutan, and some traditional Bigfoot things that we've seen in, you know, culture depictions, whatever. And I also wanted to make it look a bit human-like, so I was, you know, trying to get the right mixture going on, and I was having a little bit of a long time with all the blending and the hair and the shading, so it was a little bit frustrating in that aspect. And if you noticed in the beginning, in the design phase, when I first designed the Bigfoot and did the drawing and looked at it really hard, I was looking, I said, this looks a lot like somebody or something I've seen before. And then it occurred to me that the face and the hair of the original drawing, it looked a lot like Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. And I was like, yeah, I think I want to push this a little bit further and make it a little less humanoid, but with just enough human to it that it's not, you know, so finding that correct mixture was a little bit of a challenge, but I did it. I absolutely did it. And the story in this world building is that Bigfoot has experienced forest fire. So we had a lot of forest fires happening in, you know, California and the Pacific Northwest. And there's, you know, in Australia, they've had a lot of bushfires. And so in this, I was imagining that, yes, the Bigfoot is a little bit sad, you know, because he loves his forest, and he's sad that it has, you know, burnt up. But he also is holding a baby tree in his hands. So I like to imagine in this world that Bigfoot, yes, he is sad, but he also is so dedicated to his, you know, his home that he is willing to go ahead and, you know, continue the process of replanting it and everything like that. So this is a statement about, you know, things do happen that are terrible and tragic, but what is our response to that? And in this one, his response is to, all right, we're going to rebuild. We're going to carry on. And then you'll notice too, the little chipmunks. I put little teeny companions with him, and they're, you know, they got a little bit of a sad expression too, but I think that they also have a bit of hope because they are somewhat focused on this baby tree. So there you go. There's the story and all the struggles. So I appreciate you watching, and now if you would please give me a thumbs up if you absolutely love this episode, and please feel free to share it out, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye.